One such important aspect of Quran, also Hadith, is that we believe, the Quran says, and the Hadith says in various places, that the first human being is Adam alayhi salam. But today, modern science, according to the theory of natural selection, according to Charles Darwin, that we have been evolved from primates, from apes. And about 20 years back, or 30 years back, it was different. There were many scientists. But today, the science has come more closer to believing in this theory of evolution. But do you know today, you can just check up Google or ChatGPT, what is the percentage of Americans that do not believe in Darwin's theory? The answer is 34%. According to the PEW report, it says 30 to 35% of the Americans, they believe that Darwin's theory is not correct. According to the Gallup report, they say 37% of the Americans, they do not agree with Darwin's theory to be correct. Now, this is a common man. Now, common man in the Western world, 1/3 of them, or more than 1/3, do not believe that Darwin's theory is correct. Those that believe Darwin's theory is correct may be more than 50%, some are unknown. Now, if 34 or 35% of the Western world doesn't believe, why are you telling the Muslims? You should believe in Darwin's theory. There are guys who are giving lectures. I give a scientific lecture proving Darwin's theory wrong, and they come and ask me, but that so-and-so sheikh, he says we Muslims should agree with Darwin's theory. How can we? I don't believe in taking names of du'ats. The person is a close friend of mine. I spoke to him personally. He considers me to be, or was used to consider me to be his elder and to be his guide. I told him, what are you doing on Darwin? No, I said, I do agree. I'm a medical doctor. I'm more qualified than you on speaking on this. Yes, there are parts of Darwin's theory, like everything is evolved from water, and Quran says that same. وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ hai. In Surah Anbiya chapter 20 verse number 30, we have created everything from water. Will you not then believe? But everything and the main core, we are not evolved from apes. No, I agree, we are not evolved from apes. He says, I agree, we are not evolved from apes. Then why are you telling the Muslim to believe in theory of evolution? So what we realize, that the die to be more popular in the Western world, to agree with the society, he many a times deviates away from the Quran and deviates away from the Sunnah, saying hijab is not required, you can shake hands with women, and so on and so forth. We won't go into the topic. On the other hand, some du'as say, you should not use science as a tool. I said, why? I make it very clear, as a student of comparative religion, as a student of science, as a student of Islam, and I made it clear when I gave the lecture last year on Quran and modern science, compatible or incompatible. I gave a caveat in the starting that Quran is a book of science, S-I-G-N-S. It's not a book of science, S-C-I-E-N-C-E. And there are more than thousands of science ayats in the Quran, out of which more than 1,000 speak about science, S-C-I-E-N-C. And I told there is not a single verse in the Quran which goes against established scientific fact. But it can go against scientific theories. If you understand what is the difference between a scientific fact and a scientific theory, your vision will be broad. There is not a single verse in the Quran which goes against established scientific fact. What is a scientific fact by definition? Scientific fact is an objective, repeated, provable, and verifiable observation of a natural phenomena. That means a scientific fact is said to be a fact which is objectively, it can be verified and proven by observation of a natural phenomena. What's a scientific theory? A scientific theory is an proven, evidence-based explanation of the phenomena. Scientific fact is data, and scientific theory is explanation.